everybody, today I have a mini book to share with you using the Hello Beautiful kit from the Fairytale Club. I'm using this 4x6 album from Elias. It's from her 2015 December daily, so it does say 2015 on the spine here, but I just covered it up with one of these beautiful flare badges. You get 6 in the kit. You can see I've used 4 of them already, and I just love this beautiful little rose one right there. So for the first page, you can see it's just a filler page. It's this beautiful 4x6 piece of vellum. And you get a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of it in the kit. It's called Love and Courage. Everything's designed by Andrea. And you can see it's a white vellum with a gold foil design. It almost looks Egyptian to me. It's just so beautiful, and it's very retro, very cool. So that's just kind of a filler page in the front. And you can see for this opening spread, or this first spread here, it's a 4x6 card. And what I did was I just took a 4x6 sheet of white paper, and there's a cut apart sheet that comes with the kit. I cut these 2x2 squares out and made a little patchwork out of them. So this one, and this one is attached directly to the background paper, and then this, and this are popped up. And all I did was use this foam paper from Michaels. It's just thin enough to give a little bit of dimension and interest, but not so much to make it bulky. And so I just cut it down and used it behind those pieces. Now these 3 are from the die cut pack, and you can see I just used a little bit of stickles, which is glitter glue. I used it on the letters there, around the edge of the bow, and then just at the leaf of the apple. And that is what it looks like. It's called Crystal is the color, and I think it's so pretty. It's kind of iridescent. And I popped these little die cut pieces up on this page, and I think it's a super fun opening kind of page. So for my title page here, you can see I chose the title Our Beautiful Life, and I used letters from the letter die cut pack. And there's so many great sayings, and I just love the colors in this kit. Andrea used the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and then she added in this really beautiful green and pop of light and dark pink. And I just think they're wonderful for both spring and summer, and they just make your photos pop. I really love the colors in this. So I chose the Beautiful Life, and I popped those up just with regular foam adhesive. And I think that looks pretty fun. And because I wanted to change the saying to say hour, I decided to use these stickers from American Crafts. So this side has this great kind of gold, almost copper gold color, and then the back side is definitely more of like a rose gold. And I just love this size. I think this size is fantastic for mini books or Project Life because you can spell out, you know, like a whole sentence if you want to. And it'll really make a statement and stand out. Now because it is so tiny, I did want to give it a little bit of interest. So I used one of the planner inserts, and I backed some of the pink paper under the empty space in the O and the hour, and O and the R of the word hour. And this, I believe, I don't remember, but I think this I cut down from a planner insert, the background paper here as well. This is a die cut, that's a die cut, and I used more of the Stickles glitter glue on these little die cuts. I think it turned out really cute. I used this crystal color again, and then on the yellow one I just used the yellow. Yeah. So for the opposite page, I asked my daughter to smile for the camera, and instead of saying "say cheese," she came up with this last summer, the saying of saying cheese and crackers. So I typed that up onto this label from the die cut pack using my typewriter, and then I just popped it up with not very, the foam adhesive is not very tall, so it just gives a little bit of depth, but I think it looks really cute. So that gives a little bit of character to her photo, because I said, say cheese and crackers, and then that's the face she gave me, which is hilarious. Okay, so for this next spread, I used one of the 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and this might be my favorite paper Andrea's ever done. Green is my favorite color, and I think this design is absolutely gorgeous. It's green with just a little bit of yellow, and I think it's so pretty. So what I did was just cut the 12 by 12 sheet of paper down to 4 by 6, and then I used those same thickers to spell out the narcissus replete, and then I put that it's my favorite daffodil, and that's the daffodil. It's actually a new variety for me, which I planted in my garden for the first time this year, and I just love that it has this kind of peachy pink color in the center, and it's this beautiful double fluffy looking daffodil. And so I put "So Lovely" on a sticker label, which again I ran through my typewriter, and then I just put it on some foam adhesive to give it just a tiny bit of depth, no more depth than the sticker letters. I also used one of the flare badges and centered it in the middle of one of the circle designs on this paper. And then when I did my text, I did the text around the flare badge just to keep everything cohesive and to make it, I think it looks nice like that. So for the opposite page, I have the photo of the daffodil, and then I have another photo of my daughter and my husband. They're holding hands while she's playing her tablet. I think they were talking about something cute. And then I used this tag. It says, "You are my favorite." And I don't remember if this tag is part of the die cut pack or the cut apart sheet, but let me check. So the tag is part of the die cut pack, and there you can see it says, "You are my favorite." You get all these great die cuts, and I just added an eyelet, a copper eyelet in the middle, and then you can see originally it had this cute green heart in the center, and then that gave me the idea to layer these hearts from the die cut pack. So I layered those 3 colors together, and then I layered the pink bow with it as well, because I wanted to tie pink in through this spread, because I have some pink there, I have just a hint of pink there, and I wanted some there too, and I thought that would look really nice. Now, to make this tag a floating element so that you could kind of see through it, the background, what I did was I took a clear piece of transparency and I cut it down to 3 by 4. So I just took a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of transparency. It's just the kind you use for a copier, so it's very cheap because it's not the quality to run through your inkjet printer or laser printer. And so I just cut it down to 3 by 4, and I attached my tag to it, so it now is a clear floating element. And then I added in some sequins on this side of the transparency as well. And so it gives it just a little bit extra sparkle, which I think is really pretty. So on this other side here, you can see that I have another tag, and what I did was I just took one of the die cuts from the die cut pack. It's actually the little airmail die cut, and I layered it up with my original tag and trimmed the edges so there was just a cute white border along the edge, and now it looks like I have 2 tags back to back, so there's like a proper peekaboo on both sides. So I love that you can see the green through here. I think that's so pretty. I added a copper eyelet to this tag as well, and then I used this pink label from the die cut pack and added journaling about my daughter and the koi that she noticed when we went to the Japanese gardens here in Seattle. I don't think she's ever seen a fish that looked like a proper goldfish that would live in your house be that big before, and when she saw them swimming around and blowing bubbles, she squealed and had to show me, and it was like the cutest thing ever. So I journaled about that here, and the label, I used that same foam paper to pop it up on top of the airmail tag just to give it a little bit of dimension. I also added some sequins on this side of the transparency so that there was proper sparkle on both sides of the transparency, and I think that looks really nice like that. So for this 3x4 filler card here, I knew that I wanted to use flower icons because I have so many pictures of flowers with all the flowers blooming here in Seattle right now. So I used this 3x4 card that's part of, I believe, the cut apart sheet, and it comes with the blue background and the pink and red flower, and then I just used the yellow die cut, which I popped up, and then I used this pink heart die cut, which I also popped up, and then I attached a red heart sticker with that, and then I have a yellow sticker and a green sticker, which I added this yellow stickles and the clear stickles to those. And those are from the sticker sheet, which are right here. So you can see they come with these really cute little heart stickers. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the red label in this is from the sticker sheet, so that's where that goes. But yeah, so, and then I just did some layering and added some glitter, and I think the colors are all really pretty and happy, and they go with the whole theme of animals and flowers. So let's see. So for this spread, what I did was I took one of the planner inserts and I cut it down to 4x6. Now this butterfly pattern you do also get in the 12x12 size paper in the regular scrapbook kit. Now I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle, so I added the crystal stickles and gave it just a little bit of shimmer. I also added some shimmer, as you can see, along the edge of that little frame. And the frame is actually from the die cut pack, and it's originally filled with this cute little lady, and I just fussy cut along the edge and cut her out because I knew I wanted to use it either for a photo or for journaling. And so what I did was this polka dot paper is a planner insert. I gave it to my daughter and I gave her some crayons and I let her color all over it, and then I ran it through my typewriter and I added some journaling and then just adhered it to the back side of my frame, and then I popped it up with some foam adhesive. I also popped up this word sunshine from the word die cut pack because, oh gosh, I thought the light in this photo of my orchid, which is blooming, was just, it just made me so happy, and I thought sunshine was the perfect description for that. And then again, I used the American Craft stickers to write my since 2012. It's talking about how I've had this mini orchid since we moved here over 6 years ago, and it's still alive and it's still blooming, and that makes me really, really happy. And then I have this little insert, and I love it when companies do this. So thank you, Andrea, if you're watching this. I love it when they do die cuts where there's two of the same die cut and they're facing opposite directions, because then I can put them back to back on a peekaboo element, and there's nothing around the outside to look funky. It just is super cohesive and pretty. So it looks like the little bird is hovering over my flowers, or the little bird is hovering over my journaling. And I did the same thing I did with the other filler card, where I just attached it to a piece of 3x4 transparency. I just attached the little bird on both sides. I lined it up, and then again I just wanted to add a little bit more sparkle because you can never have too much, and so I added in a few sequins. And I didn't show you before, but this is the little sequin pack that I used. I just got it from my local scrapbook store, and I picked out some yellow and maybe a couple orange, and then some of the kind of pink, white iridescent, and threw those in there. Now I used that same vellum paper, and I cut a label out of the vellum paper using a tab punch. And I used this tab punch from We Are Memory Keepers, and it just cuts the perfect little tab, so it makes these little inserts easy to turn. And that's pretty much it for that spread. Okay, so for this last spread, what I did was, for the background paper, I took another planner insert and I cut the inside of this frame out because, again, I knew I wanted to use it for either journaling or a photo. So I used some more of that polka dot paper that my daughter had colored on, and I filled it with that, but instead of adding my journaling on the polka dot paper this time, I used this pretty yellow label from the die cut pack. And I ran the label through my typewriter and added my journaling on that. And then I decided to pop the label up with some of that foam paper, just for a little bit of dimension. I added one of the cute little flares, and then these butterflies, I attached the center with some glue dots and then popped the edge up with just a tiny bit of foam adhesive and kind of layered them so it looks like they're kind of fluttering around the page. And I did add some more stickles. I added the yellow, and then on the pink butterfly I added the cotton candy, and then again I added the crystal to this teal one, and I think that looks really pretty. I used another vellum tab, which I used with the vellum paper and my tab punch. And then for the filler card on the other side, I used, again, one of the planner inserts, and I cut it down to 3x4. I used Spring from the Word die cut pack, and I just attached that to the paper. But what I did do was I took the A Beautiful Day like banner flag here from the die cut pack, and I popped that up after adhering. So this isn't popped up, that's just adhered regular. But then I started popping it up here, here, and here, so it kind of goes from being down on the ground to raising up a little bit, almost like it's floating in the air. So I thought that looked kind of fun. And then I just added in the date, which most of these photos are from this date, not all of them, but most of them. So 4/7/18, and then again I used the pink paper to fill in the negative space in the 4 and the 8. And I think that looks so cute all layered together. For this last photo, I have a photo of the daffodil that I am enjoying this year in one of my pots in my front garden. And then I just added another label from the die cut pack. I ran it through my typewriter and typed up in the garden, and then I popped it up. And that's that for that spread. On the back, all I did was just add this beautiful rose paper, which I could totally do something to, but I think it's so pretty, I just wanted to leave it like that. And actually the back side of the rose paper is this. So it might be one of my favorite papers ever because it has this and this, which I think they're both gorgeous on it. So thank you so much for taking a look at my album. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!